This is the 8 positions of the body, in plain English. In the Cecchetti method of ballet, there are 8 positions of the body. These are called croisé devant, à la quatrième devant, à la seconde, épaulé, écarté, effacé, à la quatrième derrière, and croisé derrière. What? You may be thinking, how am I supposed to remember these? They sound like a foreign language. As a matter of fact, they are a foreign language, called French. But like most languages, it can be translated into English. Knowing the English translations of these French ballet positions can really help you to better understand and memorize them. By translating these words, I will help you to learn some tricks to memorizing the 8 positions of the body through the Cecchetti method of ballet. Let's begin with the simplest position. This position is called à la seconde. À la seconde simply translates to the word second. As you can see, à la seconde involves just putting your arms in second position and one leg extended into second position as well. So, à la seconde equals your arms and legs in second. The next position is à la quatrième derrière. This translates into 2 different words, and let's break it apart to figure this out. When you look at quatrième, you can see the word qua, which means 4. This means that this involves the 4th position of your feet. The next word, derrière, means behind or back. This means that your pointed foot will be behind you. So, à la quatrième derrière, we have 4th position with your pointed foot behind you. The next position is à la quatrième devant. This is the same as before, except devant means in front. So you have 4th position with the pointed foot in front of you. Easy peasy. Now, let's talk about croisé derrière. By breaking up words again. As we just learned, derrière means behind. Looking at croisé, what does it look similar to? It actually means cross in English. Now, let's look at the dancer's body. You can see the cross. If you look at her legs and arms, you can see the cross shape it makes. Also, the pointed foot is behind her, or derrière. Croisé devant is very similar. It means cross front. The dancer is crossing her legs and her pointed foot is in front of her, or devant. The 6th position is effacé. Effacé means shaded in English. You can remember this position by thinking of the dancer's arm as shading her face from the sun. And if you can't remember effacé means shaded, then just look at it and see face and remember to shade your face from the sun. The next position is écarté. Écarté translates into separated. When looking at the dancer, you can see that both of her arms and legs are now moving away from her hips. So when you see écarté, think of separating your limbs away from your hips. And last but not least is épaulé. Épaulé translates into the English word shouldered. As you can see from looking at the dancer, her shoulder is facing the front. The way I remember that épaulé means shouldered is to think of a guy named Paul who has really large shoulders. See, by translating French into English, you can easily remember all of these positions. This was the 8 positions of the body in plain English.